How to hide money most safely in prison. Mark tore open the toothpaste from the back. He squeezed out the toothpaste inside. Then he rinsed it clean with water. After hiding the money inside, he filled it up with sand. Finally, he sealed the toothpaste tube and placed it in the most obvious spot. This was Mark's escape fund. He had been thinking about how to escape since the first day he was in prison, and in a way that everyone thought was impossible. In the middle of the night, Mark used a piece of white paper to trace the outline of the lock hole. Then he used a pencil to outline the specific shape. He then inserted the rolled up paper and pencil into the lock hole. The two rubbed together repeatedly. The creases on the rolled up paper marked the depth of the lock hole. Once he knew the length needed for the key, the next step was to figure out the shape of the key. Mark took every opportunity to observe the key shape when near the guards. He closely observed the shape of the key, then he drew the key's teeth marks on the paper. After repeatedly comparing and revising, he finally got a satisfactory blueprint. The next day, during forced labor, Mark secretly collected broken wood pieces. He packed them and hid them at the bottom of his water bottle. However, getting it out successfully was no easy task, because the guards would check everyone's water bottles to prevent inmates from hiding things. When it was Mark's turn, the guard noticed he was a bit too nervous, so he gave him a more thorough check. Not only did he tap the bottle, he also shook it vigorously a few times, but there was no abnormal sound. It turned out that Mark had anticipated this step. He had stuffed a towel inside. This allowed him to escape the check. Now everything he needed to make the key was ready. Mark began to take action. He used a hacksaw to carve out the shape of the key. Next, he smoothed it with sandpaper. Finally, he glued the key handle together. To speed up the setting of the glue, he placed the key in a lampshade to bake it. After Mark repeatedly polished the teeth, he finally made a key that he was satisfied with. Mark couldn't wait to test the result. As he turned it gently, the key actually slid the gears inside the lock. Although it got a bit stuck in the middle, it didn't affect the final result. However, the next door immediately made Mark's excitement vanish. It turned out that the second iron door had to be opened from the outside. Using the previous method, Mark quickly made a second key. One day, while everyone was engaged in a group activity, Mark secretly started testing the key. After a few adjustments and polishings, it also smoothly opened the door lock. But when he turned the key back, because he was too nervous, he actually broke the key in half. Half of the wooden key got stuck in the lock hole. Mark was terrified. At the same time, his lookout buddy had already given the danger signal. Would the guards discover their secret? Please follow me for the next update.